Weapons detection in all high schools and will be shortly all middle schools. Very proud of the data.
Safety is improving for JCPS students, according to their superintendent, speaking about installed metal detectors. It's our top story here on the Night Team. Thanks for joining us. I'm Connie Leonard. Superintendent Marty Polio told us today the number of guns in schools has gone down drastically, thanks in part to metal detectors, saying only 3 guns have been confiscated this year compared to almost 30 2 years ago. Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Levi Hammer spoke to parents who say the district is taking on the brunt of a bigger issue.
On the eve of the Christmas holidays in Paristown, the last thing on vacationing students' minds is metal detectors.
It's a lot of extra work for her in the morning.
But guns in public schools are on the minds of Jefferson County parents.
That being said, I certainly want her to be as safe as possible.
According to outgoing Superintendent Marty Polio, students are safer. 2 years ago, the district confiscated 29 handguns in schools. Now, with weapon detectors, just 3 guns so far this school year.
It's a reality.
The threat of weapons in JCPS schools is here.
But weapons detection has really been successful in minimizing that in our schools, so really proud of that work.
As her daughter ice skates, it's a thought that slightly eases the mind of Chris Hendren.
And I'm sure the metal detectors are not 100%, so it's not that there's no concern now, but I do think some action is better than no action.
Questions about the safety of your kids in Jefferson County schools.
Guns in JCPS making headlines for years now.
We can't expect the kids to be the adults in the situation. They should have to watch out for each other to see if they're, somebody's doing something wrong.
Louisville attorney Shannon Favre with other concerned parents helped start the push for metal detectors in the schools.
It'd be better if we didn't need this, if the guns weren't coming to school, but a lot of times the kids feel like they need it because they don't feel safe. And so they bring it to protect themselves, not to hurt somebody else. But either way, we don't need the guns in the schools.
Metal detectors are only just a Band-Aid on the problem that we have in the United States.
The solution may be much bigger than installing these detectors in schools.
We have a mental health problem that is not being attended to, and we also have an access to weapons problem that we're not addressing as thoroughly as we should be. So if you're going to solve the bottom of the iceberg problem, then you've got to solve those problems.
All high schools have weapon detectors installed, and all middle schools will have them soon too. In Louisville, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
And in a WHS 11 news report this past October, 11 weapons were detected by the district system. Most were knives, 2 stun guns, and 2 guns. Polio also highlighted the decrease in chronic absenteeism across JCPS. This has been one of the biggest initiatives he's had. Children who miss 10% or about 2 days a month are considered chronically absent. This year, a new bill means those children's cases will be turned over to the county attorney's office and could come with a court date for parents if a child misses too much school. In Kentucky, nearly 1 in 3 kids are chronically absent, but Polio said today new numbers show 1,500 to 2,000 kids are no longer facing that issue. It's about a 5% decrease from the year before. He says the change has resulted in bumps with test scores compared to this same time last year. That's when nearly 25% of JCPS students missed 15 or more days of school for unexcused absences. Meanwhile, Polio is worried the JCPS Board of Education won't have enough time to properly vet and pick his successor by the time he steps down as superintendent. It comes after Kentucky's Supreme Court last week upheld a 2022 state law, which in part caps the frequency of board meetings to only 1 time per month.
I would say for the board to successfully select a superintendent, they would need 12 to 15 meetings to do that. And with only 6, that's going to be a real challenge. The board's going to have to make some decisions. I mean, that may mean an interim superintendent or an acting superintendent, which is what that does is just stalls progress.
Superintendent Polio is set to retire this coming July. The JCPS board's next meeting is set for January 28th. All right, well, it is a nice looking night out there right now. If you're on the hunt for Christmas gifts still, the last minute ones on Christmas Eve, Matt Ruckin joins us to let us know what you can expect in the weather. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Connie. Yeah, not looking too bad out there. Good news and bad news. I know a lot of us like a white Christmas, but it's pretty rare in our part of the country. The good news here is No white Christmas, but we're not talking frozen precipitation, which is great for traveling. So if you have friends and family coming into our region or you're going out, no major weather systems in our local region or honestly across the country. We're not talking major snowstorms that can disrupt air travel, all those big airport hubs. So good news there. Tonight, seeing some of the rain showers moving through. The most widespread, if you will, is in southern Indiana. You can see these are very light green here indicates light to at best moderate on and off showers. A little more isolated in Kentucky, but you get the overall theme here. And the extra clouds keeps temperatures from free falling. So we're in the 40s and 50s. This is actually close to our typical high, if not even a bit above that. And it's 11, 19 at night. So, you know, we're a bit above average for this time of the year when you take that into consideration. Beautiful out there. I love downtown with all the green and red lights. Definitely in the festive mood here with temperatures for the most part in the 40s overnight tonight. Here's a look at your Christmas Eve forecast as we go through tomorrow, our Tuesday. We'll be mainly in the 40s. We'll make a run at 50 degrees in the afternoon. Mostly cloudy, kind of gloomy. We'll look at the Christmas Day and then the last week of 2024, which looks pretty mild. I have all of that plus when we'll actually see more winter weather coming up in about 10 minutes. Connie.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you, Matt. The union for a man killed at Heaven Hill Distillery is responding to his death tonight. The UFCW Local 23D says its member Travis Jury died at the company's Bardstown location, and the group's president said, quote, "This is a heartbreaking loss for the entire community, and I extend my condolences to Travis's family and friends as they deal with this unimaginable grief of unexpectedly losing a loved one. We are working with OSHA during their investigation of this incident. People need to feel safe when they go to work, and one of our union's highest priorities is to ensure that at the end of the day, our members and all workers make it home." An official cause of death has not been released. People living in West Louisville are still unsettled following a mass shooting in the California neighborhood. It happened Saturday night on Garland Avenue, just down the street from the new Norton West Louisville Hospital. At this time, police say 2 people are dead from that incident, with 3 others in the hospital. We spoke with some residents there who say the neighborhood isn't what it used to be.
It astounds me just what goes on today. It really does, you know, like I said, when I was a kid growing up, we had fun. The kids, that is, when they don't give them nothing to do but to shoot and to kill and to, you know, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, it made me feel kind of rough about it, but like I said, now this look like the shit that's happened every weekend. All you've been hearing, mass shooting, just shooting back to back.
Metro police are still looking for those responsible for this shooting. If you've got any information, you're asked to call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. Looking ahead, Louisville Metro Police will honor one of their own officers 6 years after her death on Christmas Eve. Back in 2018, LMP detective Deidre Mengendote was conducting a traffic stop on I-64 when MSD driver Roger Burdett slammed his truck into the back of her cruiser. Burdett was found to be under the influence and watching explicit sexual content on his phone at the time of the crash. He was sentenced to 27 years in prison. LMPD will honor Detective Mengendote and her family at the 2nd Division. It begins tomorrow morning at 10.
It starts with me, Lord. Hallelujah.
For its 23rd year, Feed the City is ensuring those in need are staying warm this holiday season. Today, the local nonprofit held its annual holiday giveaway, Buy a Coat, Warm a Heart, at City Church on South 26th Street. Those attending the giveaway were able to receive new coats, toys, food baskets free of charge. We spoke with one person who's attended the event for a few years now. He says it's heartwarming to see Pastor Larry Coleman continue the tradition every year in caring for the community.
Yeah, it's nice that he does this because it's getting colder and that some of the kids wasn't able to get nothing for Christmas this year or last year or nothing like that, and he just does his best and help out the kids.
Now, if you'd like to help the church's mission, just head to feedthecityky.com.